helped. Our UK-based aid organization, Oxfam, says the war in Yemen has left almost two-thirds of the population without access to clean water. According to the relief agency, the constant Saudi bombardments have raised the number of Yemenis without clean water to at least 16 million. Oxfam says this is equal to the populations of Berlin, Paris, and Rome combined together. Weeks of airstrikes and ground fighting have disrupted large parts of the water network in the Arab country. Oxfam also says Yemenis are forced to drink unsafe water, which has increased the risk of life-threatening illnesses such as cholera and diarrhea. For more on that story, we're joined by radio host and political commentator Mr. Max Igan, who's with us from Andalusia. Mr. Igan, welcome to the program. 16 million people, according to Oxfam, do not have access to clean and drinkable water as a result of the Saudi bombardments on Yemen. Give us your thoughts on the recent numbers released by the rights organization.
Look, these numbers are astronomical. I think it's beyond a lot of most people's comprehension to really be able to conceive that the sheer scale of tragedy and human rights, what we're seeing here in Yemen. It's absolutely disgraceful. We need to stop this bombardment immediately. What we're seeing here, this is unbridled terrorism being carried out against the people of Yemen by Saudi Arabia, and we need a huge uprising to stop this. We really do. This is a humanitarian tragedy of absolute epic proportions, like nothing we've seen, and it's totally contrived. It's been totally brought about by Western forces, against people who wanted a democratic government. This makes no sense at all. They wanted a democratic government where the king was not going to have, or the controlling hand was not going to have so much power in Yemen. And because they decided to stand up against the system, they just obliterated the whole country, worse than we've seen them done to any other country recently. I don't know how we're going to deal with this, and I don't know what it's going to take for people to stand up and make noise about this. It's absolutely outrageous.
Mr. Egan, Yemen's infrastructure has been totally obliterated. Women and children are being killed as a result of the attacks. And now, according to this report, water, which is one of the most basic commodities, is now a scarcity for ordinary civilians in Yemen. Are you surprised that there has still not been a formidable international push to get the Saudis to halt the airstrikes on Yemen?
I am extremely surprised, and it shows the UN up for what they really are. I mean, this is supposed to be a bastion of international law and human rights protection, and it's doing nothing to stop this at all. This needs to stop immediately. All support needs to be withdrawn from Saudi Arabia, and this needs to stop, and aid agencies need to get in there as quickly as possible. The people in Yemen are depending on it. You've got to remember, these people are trapped at the end of a peninsula. They've got an ocean on the other side of them. There's nowhere for them to go. And it's a desert region. This is absolutely outrageous. And I don't know why we're not seeing the international community standing up in complete, in complete defiance against what Saudi's doing. It's absolutely incredible. It boggles my mind. It really does. I've been watching the news there every day, and just seeing what's unfolding, it's devastating. It really is. And we need a massive push by the West to stand up and stop this immediately and get aid into these people.
Thank you very much. Radio host and political commentator Mr. Max Egan joining us from Andalusia in southern Spain.